All right. All right. I think I fixed it. Oh, I hear myself now. I think I fixed it. Oh. Okay. So, attempt number 2. So, what I was saying before is I'm back. So, sorry for the technical issues. This is the bad boy we're gonna disassemble today. Okay? Unfortunately, the first 20 minutes of tonight's stream were a blank screen. For some, my bitrate was too high. I hadn't streamed in a while, and for some reason, OBS put the bitrate at 10,000, and I can't stream above 6. It doesn't ingest properly. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna re-show you that this console works, okay? Just so you can see and enjoy the PS1 all its glory. So I'm just gonna do this quickly. Pop in Crash Bandicoot 2 in there. Plug it in back. Plug it back in quickly. Too many cables. So guys, let me know if everything's fine, okay? I checked, I saw myself, everything looks good, but let me know if everything's fine on your side. Alright, let's switch to the gameplay screen. Turning the console on. You can see good. Alright, awesome. So I hadn't streamed since October 2023. October 6th was the last time I streamed. So I updated a bunch of stuff and looks like some stuff broke and whatever. Alright, so the console is booting up. Should see something. It's a bit finicky though. Yeah. It's gonna do that to me again. That's not the console's problem. Sometimes it doesn't detect the source. My setup, my capture card sometimes does that. So anyways, it works, okay? So what I was saying about the controller. You can see the back. SCPH-1080. You see that H right there? That's one of the variants. There's a variant with an M on it. And there's one where there's no H. But instead of made in China, it's made in Malaysia. So those are the 3 variants I have of this controller in my collection right now. Okay, enough talking. On to the disassembly. Alright, so what we have in here is 5 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 actually on this one. 6 screws. We're gonna use the number 1 So I've never opened this one before. So I don't know what it looks like inside. Judging by the exterior, it's not too bad. Like, you can see, there's no major... Oh, it's the parallel port cover. For some reason, it's missing on all my old consoles. Like, earlier or later generations of this one don't have that port. Or actually, they have it, it's inside, but the case doesn't have that door. But it's always missing. I guess it just fell off of it. Not too dusty. Actually, I don't see any dust on there. No yellowing, so I'm not gonna retrobrite this one. Just gonna keep it like that. If it would be very yellowed, I'd retrobrite it. So retrobriting is a process where you submerge the plastic parts in a 12% hydrogen peroxide solution, and you let it rest with UV light, and it will remove the yellowing. Now you need to be careful with that though, because it will whiten the console or the plastic too much if you leave it in there for too long. So typically you'll put it in there for 6 to 8 hours, maybe 10. Check on it, see if you're satisfied, and then if it's not white enough, put it back, or gray enough, put it back in. All right. So we've got the 6 screws removed. Let's open it up. So we just pop it up like that. That one's pretty clean. A bit of dust here and there. I don't know if you can see properly with the angle of the camera. The cover inside, pretty nice. We're gonna remove all of this, apart from that little plastic thingy here. I've never been able to remove it. It's glued on, I think. But everything else we're gonna take off. All this, the door, the little mechanism here, the springs, everything. So we're gonna remove that. There's a bit of dust here, little dust bunnies. Let's put that in the trash. All right, so that's for the cover. Let's see how the inside looks. So here, this side here, we have the power supply. This is the on-off switch. Of course, you have the optical reader, memory card, and controller ports. And there's a little switch. Where is it? It's down here. A little black switch here. This is what prevents it from playing the game when the cover is open. Alright, so let's start with taking apart the cover. Can get to the interesting stuff later. So for most of the buttons, we're going to use a little tweezer. Let's use this one, the flat one. Alright, so reset button. Just need to gently pop those tabs out. Or inwards. Then just push on. Should come out pretty easily. There we go. Reset button. In the bin. The power. There's a little spring underneath this one. So it's gonna probably pop out. There you go. So, power button. And spring. Gonna put the spring with the screws. It's not gonna go in the water. Alright. Next we're gonna remove this little spring here, which is gonna allow us to remove the reset button. So just need to, oops. Gotta use a little angled tweezer for this one. Alright, so you just need to gently pull it away. And then you can just take it out of this metal part here. Oops. Come on. Okay, put that with the screws. All right, 2 screws here to remove this metal plate that holds the, there's a little plastic slider here, which actually the spring is hooked onto, and when you press on the reset button, it hits the reset thing on the board. So we're gonna remove those 2 screws. Most of the screws are the same inside, so there's only, actually this one doesn't have that metal cover on this model. Alright, so they're all, so there's the 6 black screws are all the same underneath. Then you have those golden screws here. Maybe I don't know if I zoom in a bit on the camera, if it's gonna be better. Let's see. There we go. Might be better for you guys. Let me know how you like it that way. There. Looks much better, I think. Alright. So now that those 2 screws are removed. Hey, CK, how's it going? So now that the 2 screws are removed, this little plate here, I'm gonna put it aside. Actually, I'm gonna put it in the bin here. Okay, so we have this little plastic part. Actually, that's not the reset button, that's the open button. That's what triggers the door opening. Just got back from a haircut, glad I could catch you. Yeah, thanks for dropping in. I had a bit of technical issues earlier, so I went on for 18 minutes with no image, only sound. My bitrate was too high. Actually, I don't even know if I had sound. Probably not. Alright, this one goes in here. Hey, Major Nightfall, ça va? Ça fait longtemps, ouais, ça fait 2 ans, presque 2 ans que j'avais pas streamé. La dernière fois que j'ai streamé, c'était le 6 octobre 2023. Et on fait quelque chose d'un peu différent ce soir. On démonte une PS1 et on la nettoie. Alright. Reset button, same thing. You just push on those little tabs here. And the button will come out. Just be careful not to break them. There you go. Reset. Or open. Not reset. Open. Sorry. Faudrait que je m'y remette. Mais j'attends d'avoir une job stable. C'est toujours ça le problème. L'argent. Difficile. Alright. Now for... Is it too bright? I think it's a bit too bright. Let me adjust this a bit. Is it better like that? I feel it was much too bright. Yeah. I just came back from the gym, actually. I lost 45... almost 50 pounds now. I'm at 47 pounds lost since the beginning of the year. I'm gonna go with this one after. There's a spring in that one. So this is what holds the door onto the case. This one's a bit tricky. Just slide it out. Actually, it's better when the door's opened. I think. Yeah, there you go. So this little plastic part, the door hinge goes in here. Squeezy, which one? The top down or the face cam? J'ai le mot au Saguenay, ça fait un mois, puis ben c'est compliqué, voyager, avoir une job qui me pousse pas aux 30 secondes à faire de quoi, alors j'ai fait... Ouais. Ah, c'est sûr. C'est-tu originaire du Saguenay, Nightfall? J'aime bien le Saguenay. So Squeezy, to answer your question, actually I'm gonna answer the question about the cameras. The face cam? Okay, it's a Sony A5100 DSLR camera with a 50mm lens. So and the ISO is dropped super low, so I can get that blurry background. Tu viens des Laurentides, comme moi. Bah, Laurentides. Si on peut considérer la Rive-Nord de Montréal comme des Laurentides, là. Sika, you're debating what to play. Anything but Neo, man. Play anything but Neo. Alright, so this little part here. And there's a spring that is attached to it, which is what makes the door pop up. And it's a pain in the ass to remove. Can I say ass on stream? I just did twice. Non, la Rive-Nord, c'est pas les Outaouais. Je suis plus proche de Laurentides. Alright. Oh, there's a spring on this one. There's another spring on this one. There's no spring on... So this is the hinge. Whoa. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, there is a spring on the other ones. Alright. So this is how you remove the cover. Top cover. Pretty good. A bit dirty here, but that's gonna go away with the... Is it a scratch or is it dirt? I don't know. There's dirt in the... You probably don't see it on the cam there. It's pretty dirty on there. Gotta clean that up. Play some disc golf with that cover? No. It's pretty good. It's in good shape. I'm not gonna break it. Je viens de voir si ça dit que c'est la région. Non, je pense pas que c'est la région Montréal. C'est la grande région métropolitaine, mais je pense qu'on est considéré dans les Laurentides. The only right answer is Elden Ring. Another Souls game. Okay. So the spring. Oops. Sorry, I keep showing it to the other camera. So this little spring here. This is what pops, pushes on this little button, which pushes on the switch I showed you on the motherboard. And that's what prevents the disc from turning if the top is open. So you can see it's pretty dirty inside. There's a lot of dust and some... Is that just dust or... Yeah. It's a good thing I tore the power apart to clean it up. Alright, so we're going to remove that little button here. Again, same thing. There's two little tabs. Just push them in. Just push them in like that. Push that one down. I'm going to have to use a smaller tweezer for those. Yeah, let's go with the small one. Where did I put my other one? There we go. Okay, so it should pop out on the other side. There. Okay, so this little button here is what pushes on the switch that prevents the disc from turning when the door is open. All right, anything else to undo on this? No. Ligne arrête juste avant Montréal, avant Laval. Bah ben c'est bon, je suis juste avant Laval. Ça arrive non. How do you keep track of all that to put back together? It's not my first rodeo, my friend. It's actually pretty simple. Everything has its own place to go. All right. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this little gear here. This is the gear that slows down the door from opening too fast. So there's those little teeth here. We'll go into this. I don't know how to show you guys. And it actually turns very slow. There's a resistance. There's a spring inside. I'm not going to open it up, but I'm just going to remove this little screw. I'm going to wash this part. Not going to wash this one. I don't want to. Well, I'm going to wash it, but just with a toothbrush with no water or anything. Yeah, well, CK2, the real answer on how I keep track of everything, I've watched hours and hours and hours of YouTube videos on how to tear down and reassemble PS1s and controllers. Now, I've started studying the PS2, the fat PS2, but actually I should study the PS1 Slim, because that's the next one. Actually, there's another. I have three or four other PS1s that I need to disassemble, clean, and test. Je fais quoi avec la PS1? Ma collection. Ça, c'est une 5501. Oops, something fell out. What is this? A little plastic part that fell out. Where does this come from? Alright, ok. Ouais, c'est ça, c'est une 5501. Sur une pin cover. On serait pas. Petit morceau noir. One black part. I don't know where it comes from. We'll put it on the side here. Figure it out. I can see one issue with this one. I don't know if you guys see it. Give you a few seconds. Ouais, c'est ça. Ce que je disais, c'est que j'ai une collection de consoles. J'ai défait de restaurer une 1001, la première version nord-américaine. Là, c'est ma 5501. Puis j'ai une 5701 puis une 59 quelque chose, là. 79 quelque chose. En tout cas, bref. Je les défais toutes, je les nettoie parce que je l'avais pas fait avant. So this got to work. Have to have a good stream, man. Thank you very much for dropping in, Squeezy. Appreciate it. All right. You have a chance to look at it. I've been moving it around. Anyone see what the issue with this one is? It's not a big issue. It's still an issue. No clue? I'll just point it out to you guys. Here. I don't know if you see. Missing a ball bearing. So these little ball bearings are what hold the disc onto the spindle. Oui, exactement. Je sais pas si tu vois l'étagère là, en arrière. C'est toutes des consoles. Yeah, so this one here is missing one of the ball bearings. Probably fell out somehow. There's still two of them on there. So I'm not gonna change or do anything to it. Because you can't actually... I don't think you can actually put back a ball bearing in there. If it fell out, it's probably that little rubber band inside that's not holding in. I could change it, but it reads, it works. Alright. So first thing first, let's unplug the power supply. So this here, power supply. Very small connector, easy to remove though. I'm just gonna unplug it from the motherboard. I'm not gonna unplug it from the power supply. I don't need to. So power supply is held in place by 2 screws up here, which is actually also the connector for the power. There's a little fuse here. I'm not gonna test it. It looks good. Actually, if it wasn't good, it wouldn't have booted it up. The console wouldn't boot up, so. It looks cool. I'm not too satisfied with the camera, but it's the best I could do with what I had. Actually, on my phone. La gueule du PSU du temps était assez rudimentaire. Oh ouais, ouais. Alright. So, power supply. I don't know if you guys ever opened up a PS4 or PS5, but the power supply is about 5 times bigger than this. This is just like... Probably couldn't power my phone with that. And you have the power switch here. We'll clean that up later. Okay, next. Let's unplug the controller port. So it's a ribbon cable. Those little ribbon cable you have to be super careful with. Gotta go for a quick one. I'll try to catch you once I'm back. If you're still live. Yeah, I should be live for another... How long have I been going? 30 minutes? About, yeah, another hour and a half probably. I'm gonna try and do 2 hours. So again, the same screws, all the same size. On the SCPH-5501, there's actually a metal cover on here and has 3 screws which are different sizes. They're shorter. They're golden like this one. They're shorter. And CK, if you're still here and you're wondering how do I know where all the screws go? Well, when they built those consoles, I don't know if you see it on camera, but there's an arrow right here. Can you see it? Little arrows. They point to where the screws go. And there's those same arrows on the motherboard. So if you're not sure if you should put in the screw on the metal plate or on the motherboard, well, you just look at the arrows on the board. It tells you where you need to screw or put in the screws directly on the board. If there's a hole and there's no arrow next to it, no screw goes there. You have to put that metal plate back on before. Alright, so removing controller port and memory card port. This one we're gonna wash with isopropyl alcohol because I don't want to put in water. And I don't want to open it up more than that. Actually, it's pretty... I think it's sealed. Could probably open it up, but... No real reason to go in there. I'm just gonna wash it with a bit of alcohol and a kind of Q-tip. I'll show you guys what I use later for cleaning. Alright, next we're gonna remove the disk drive or the disk reader. Need to be super careful not to touch the lens. If you do touch that lens, you'll have to clean it with isopropyl alcohol or something to remove the grease from your fingers. So there's two things to do for this one. There's a little connector here, and there is the ribbon cable here. And those ribbon cables I hate. I'm always afraid to break them. And sometimes you'll have little tabs that log them in. There we go. Removing them isn't so bad. It's putting them back on. So, okay, and this one here, I'm gonna use my pliers because I don't want to pull on the wires. Try and grab the connector and just wiggle it around a bit. Maybe try to push it up. So tiny I can't. Oh, yeah, maybe I can grab it. Oh, let's see. If I remove that. Ah, there you go. It's gonna be much easier like that. Hey, Sharky. It's working now. Tu remarques aussi que tous les nouveaux PSU, dont les plus gros, transistors sous-dessus, ils ont rendu pour 3/4 soit intégrés à la carte mère. PSU, vous m'avez dit, il y en a comme 2 max. Ouais. The king returns. Who's the king? Are you the king? I'm not the king. Just old guy streaming stuff. Having there you go. Having problems removing a connector. I don't want to break anything. There you go. We got it. All right. Doesn't look like we broke anything. All right. Merci, Major Neffon, d'être passé. J'apprécie. Bon gaming. That would be me. All right. All right. So now we have the power supply off, optical drive off. Now, all that we need to remove is this protective plating, motherboard, and there's a metal tray under it. And then we can start washing. So I'm actually going to, once I'm done removing everything. Oh, no, we also have to remove those little pads on. This one's weird. Because it has two kind of felt pads under it. And it has two plastic ones. Earlier generations have 4 pads, like little felt thing. And I can show you right away. You see here? Felt? Plastic. These are kind of molded in. So I don't know why they have like 2 felt one and 2 plastic ones. And you can't remove these. It's like they're molded in. Eh. Oh, some dust. Trash. Still haven't figured out where that little black plastic. Oh. There we go. Found it. This would go here. Now if you see, there's actually another one missing here. So it's apart from the spindle of the disk drive. You can actually see that little part here which fell off. So, can you see it properly? See, it's kind of grooved, and for some reason those two broke off. Oh, that's useless to me now, so garbage. Doesn't prevent the disk drive from working. Okay, so I think I removed all the screws. Oh, have I? Yeah. All right. Oh, is it clipped in? So every generation is a bit different. Sometimes you need to explore a bit in order to be... Oh, okay. You just grab a plastic... Oops. Close this plastic thingy. I want to use metal on the motherboard. There we go. All right. Oh, there's another plate under it. So this is a bit dusty. No rust so far, which is a good sign. You don't want rust. Put that over there. All right. So what do we have here? So this is soldered on here and here. So we're not going to remove this part. Unfortunately, can lift it up a bit. Board is pretty good under it. We're just gonna remove all the dust here. I have a little thing to blow some air on it. So, dusty. All right, let's remove the board. 4 screws and 5 actually, and you see here, that's what I was saying earlier. Arrow here, screw. Actually, you can't see this one because it's under the plating, but arrow here, arrow here, arrow here, arrow here, and there's a screw that goes here. There's no arrow because you have to put in the middle plate on top of it. So that's how you know where your screws go, in case you were wondering. All right. I have a feeling these are going to be shorter screws. Oh no, they're the same size. You're liking Animal Team Plat Challenge? What are you playing now, Sharky? Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports? Nice. All right. Move the board. Bit of dust, but not. Doesn't seem to have any corrosion on it. It's really dusty. Pretty good board. Actually, really good board. There's no signs of any kind of damage that I can see. There. All the traces are good. Connections are good. Ah, pretty good console. Bit of dirt nothing that can't be removed. Maybe a bit here too. Looks like it got a bit heated down here. Sun. Yeah, we're good. Let's try to lift this up. See underneath. Alright, so we're just gonna clean that up and it's gonna be good. Alright, just remove this metal tray. It's actually better than my other one that I cleaned up. Just gonna put the board back on that. Put it aside here. Alright, and bottom cover or bottom case. Again, pretty dusty, but I think some hot soapy water won't fix. Some dust, some of the bigger dust bunnies in there. At least we didn't find any insects or flies or anything. So I'm gonna take a quick break. Actually, no, you know what? We're gonna remove those felt first. Because we're gonna put that in water. And we don't want to get those wet. They'll stay sticky. If they don't stick anymore, I have two-sided tape that I can put back on it, but they'll be good to stick back on. Pretty sure. The sticker. Don't need to remove it to put in. Actually, I did remove it on my other one, and gluing it back on without making a mess is a pain in the arse. Removing it is pretty simple. You just need to manage to lift the corner a bit, and then with isopropyl alcohol, it dissolves the glue. So you just, with a Q-tip, dissolve the glue, pull it up a bit, dissolve the glue, and you manage to remove the stickers pretty easily. So removing them isn't the issue. It's putting them back on without making a mess. I'm not too good with that, so I'm not gonna remove that. And because I removed it on the other one because I retro-brighted it, and I was afraid that the retro-brighting process would damage the sticker. But I did some research afterwards, and I could have done it, or maybe just put some painter's tape on it to protect it from the UV light, and it would have been fine. Right, this one's stuck on there pretty well. Try not to break it. Have it coming off. This one's not gonna stick. After that, I'm gonna put some double-sided tape on that one. Let's remove the old glue and some stuff on it. We do the reassembly. Yeah, so I just finished Lego Star Wars 2, the complete what is it called? The original saga complete. I don't know what. I have to go back to Neo. Really need to finish Neo. Let's take off this glue here. Probably would come off in the water, but oh. It's annoying me. Just need to take it off right away. Some pretty good stuff they put on there. Okay, so far so good. I haven't dropped a single frame. There we go, little scraper here. Oh, you didn't see it. It was off camera, so I just scraped it with this thing. All right. Everything's taken apart. So now it's time to wash everything. So I'm gonna go and prepare the bath. And I'll be right back. So give me a few minutes. It's gonna go run some hot water with some dishwashing soap in there. And we're gonna come back and we're gonna clean everything up. Also gonna set up a drying station. Actually, I'm gonna put some Scott towels or paper towels on the old black table I have next to me. All right, it's dark. It's too dark for the camera, but too bright for the phone. I'm gonna need to adjust everything. All right, so taking a quick break. Gonna go get some soapy water. When we come back, we're gonna clean all this stuff up, and then we'll see what we do next. All right, don't go anywhere. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna leave you with some nice little music, okay? If I can remember what button. This one. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. I don't know why, but there wasn't any music playing. I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay, so I got my bin of soapy water. Oh, let me switch to the... Alright, bin of soapy water. Let's put everything in there. Actually, I should have... brought another bin with clear water because it's gonna be soap everywhere. Just gonna wipe it off. All right, I'm gonna try not to make a mess here. So what I'm using is one of my kids' toothbrushes. They don't use it anymore, by the way. Okay, it used to be my kid's toothbrush. My daughter's, I think. Brought back the pineapple. All right. So, just go and clean everything up. Every little cracks. So usually I have another bin with clear water that I soak or will use to remove the soap afterwards, but I forgot. Actually, forgot to bring one. So I'm just gonna wipe it off. So if it's really, really dirty, you can let it soak for a few minutes. Gotta use a little Q-tip to go in those little areas where I can't reach. So much soap. So if you're wondering, I do that with all the consoles that I buy. Even the one that I sell. It's kind of a thing. You know, I enjoy restoring. And it's easier to sell when you have a very clean console. Not only consoles, controllers also. I've cleaned and sold a bunch of PS1 controllers, the ones without the dual shocks. Or dual sticks or whatever you call it. So I buy lots of games and consoles and I'll clean them up, compare to what I have in my collection and keep the best one, sell the other one to finance my, let's call it an addiction maybe. So that one was already pretty clean. There's not a lot of work to do on this one. Just very dusty. Well, it wasn't even that dusty. It was just normal dust. I'll probably have some way dirtier consoles for you in the future. Okay, so for those little holes, I go with a Q-tip. Anything I can't reach in with my toothbrush. Oh, you see, there's a bit of blue here. We're gonna remove that. Looks like blue paint. Isopropyl alcohol will do the job with that. So everywhere I couldn't go with the toothbrush, I'll go with a little Q-tip just to remove any dust or dirt that might have gone in there. Crack here. Although probably just soaking it in hot water would have done the job for this one. You know what I'm gonna try and do? I think we're gonna try and blow this the soap away with this little thing here. Just to drop it in the water. Let's see if I'm gonna make a mess. I'm blowing soap everywhere. Come on, turn off. There we go. All right. Okay. Let's try it up. Put a paper towel. I didn't make too much of a mess. That's good. I'm just drying it up roughly with a paper towel, but it's gonna go and dry for a few days, like I mentioned in the beginning. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use some alcohol to remove that little blue thing here. It's nothing much, but it's annoying me. Shouldn't be there. All right. So this is 99% isopropyl alcohol. Evaporates super quickly, so if you're using it, don't put too much in your little tray, because it's gonna evaporate. You're gonna lose a lot of it. Okay, it doesn't damage plastic, but it removes paint. Oh, see, it's already gone. Removes paint, removes glue, removes everything. And it's super good to clean electronics because it dries super fast. So I'm just gonna pour it back in. Yeah, it evaporates super fast, doesn't damage electronics. So whenever you want to clean motherboards or the internals of a controller, that's what you want to use. All right, what do we do next? Let's get rid of the big parts. Let's get rid of the big parts first. Let's do the top part. That one's dirty. Let's put it, let it soak for a few seconds. Let it soak. We're gonna put in those other plastic parts here, the buttons and everything. Those little, they don't need to be washed that badly, but yeah, just dropped something. Dropped one of the hinges. The cover. There we go. All right. So while that under our top cover soaks, watch the buttons. Or very dirty, but there we go. It's the power button. cleaned. One of the hinges. Could have put that in ASMR also, I think. All the cleaning sounds. All right. Let's try this. Okay. Eject or open module or little thingy. How's the volume of the music? Should it be higher or is it good? Because I don't have the same volume in my headphones than on stream, so I can always listen back to the stream and see if it's good, but all right. So that one is pretty clean already. So like I said, I'm not gonna reassemble the console tonight. It's gonna be another stream for that, because I want to let it dry, make sure there's no moisture in there when I reassemble everything. One thing I like about those old PS1s, they don't have a warranty sticker on them. PS2s, PS3s, and PS4s, they all have those little stickers. So when you open them up, you have to either remove the sticker or cut it. It's unfortunate. It's the only way you can, clean the insides is to remove that sticker. I'd like to. There's a way of removing them, and you can put them back. Like the PS3 ones, when you peel them off, they kind of leave that little holographic impression. Yeah, if you're careful, you can always put it back exactly where it was, and it doesn't. Actually, you can see it because it turns from black to like a silver hologram. That says void. Reset button. But yeah, I'd like to be able to remove those without, or you probably could find them. I don't know if you can find those. I have to check. Maybe I could buy some warranty stickers that have never been put on the console, and I probably could stick them back on. Would that be fraud though? I don't know. Check. Can I see the status of my battery on my app? Show in there. Yeah, 55%. I'm good. Like I said, I'm gonna have a cable. I ordered some longer cable so I can plug in my phone. Not sure if I'm gonna get a webcam though. Okay, there's some parts missing here. There's that little button. Ah, there you go. I knew there was a part missing. That little button that presses on the switch when your cover is opened or closed, actually. try this one up. Okay, this one's clean. Alright, now for the cover. Or the... yeah. Start with the inside. It's pretty clean. So we're gonna clean those vents on the side here. This is where the dust will build up. It's like the intake and exhaust. But there's no fan in this one. Don't know if you noticed, but there's no fans in the PS1s. So it doesn't heat up very much. But just breathing room. So most of the dirt was on the outside. There was some dust in here, but it's pretty much gone by now. I'm gonna do the vents on the other side. See anything with all that soap. Okay, those vents here. All right, now for the outside. Don't be worried if you want to try this about those numbers or anything that's printed on the console. It's kind of, I don't know if it's, I don't want to say baked in, but it doesn't go away. Even if you rub it with alcohol, it won't remove it. Even retro brighting it, like that technique I mentioned about earlier, of soaking it in, soaking the plastic in hydrogen peroxide and bombarding it with UV lights, it will not damage those inscriptions. They're pretty tough. If you're curious about the retro brighting process, I can show you another time the box I built and how it all works. And I can actually retro bright something for you guys. Show you the before and after. All right, now here was the dirty parts. Crevices here. Pretty bad. Pretty good now. Gonna go in with a little Q-tip afterwards. Alright, looks like we're pretty much done with the plastic parts. So make sure everything, little cracks. Looks pretty good to me. Okay, just go in a little Q-tip here. Just to make sure we got everything. If you have any questions, oh yeah, this part here. Just want to make sure. On the controllers, the writing in the back. So on PS1 and PS2 controllers, it's actually stamped in the plastic or molded in the plastic. PS3 and forwards, it's a sticker. But there's always tons of dirt on those controllers, on the writing. You know what? Actually, controllers are so satisfying to clean. They're disgusting when you think of it, because it's like people's hand dirt, grease, stuff that you're cleaning away. Open consoles, usually it's only like dust, maybe a few insects, depending on the person's house, how clean it was or how dirty it was. Oh no, we still have the cover. I forgot. But on controllers, you have all kinds of stuff. People will drop, drinks in them. They'll eat Cheetos while they're playing, or any other stuff you can think of. It all ends up in the cracks on the side of the controller. So if you just like go around with like a little those little tweezers, you can scratch out most of it. But when you actually open it up, it's when you see how bad it can get. And sometimes it's not because a person's dirty or something. It's just the hand. You have grease on your fingers. Your oils, natural oils, will just go and soil the controller. So this worked pretty well. I think it's already dying. That thing. I did use it on my previous console though, so like it wasn't fully charged when I started the stream. Like a foam party in here. Holy shit. It's good enough. Just give it a quick wipe with the paper towel. There's foam everywhere. Oh, look at that. Nice and clean. Get it. I don't know if you remember all the nastiness that was in here. That's all clean. Almost better than when it was new. Alright, so we have one last plastic part to clean, this thing. That one wasn't dirty at all, so it's gonna go fast. Then we can move on to the electronics. So same thing for this part here, the writing, the logo. You can pretty much clean it like you do every other parts, plastic parts. It doesn't go away. Like, I mean, if you use paint thinner or a sharp object, it's probably gonna scratch away. But with a toothbrush or any, or even isopropyl alcohol, it doesn't remove it. Even retro brighting doesn't remove it. I've tried. Well, no, I haven't tried to remove it, but I've tried the retro brighting on it. All right, little crack here, and the compact disc. Logo. Oh, forgot a part. I'll do it after. One of those hinges. There we go. Isn't it beautiful? All right, little hinge. Then we're gonna move on to the electronics. All right. Okay, so I'm just gonna this away. Put it far away enough, enough away that I don't accidentally spill it everywhere. Oh man, went to the gym before this stream. Did some back exercises. My back is killing me, man. Not gonna complain though. It's a good pain, but still painful. All right. So let's see what we have to clean. So we have the motherboard with its metal tray. The disk, our optical drive stand, which goes on top of the board. Power supply. Memory card and controller module. Actual optical drive. And those two little parts here. So this one here, I'm just gonna wipe paper towel. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do with the metal parts. Just wipe them out down. They're pretty clean. Like, I mean, there's no, this one little gear. Cleaning. Oh, alright. Optical drive. Yeah, has some dust there. I'm gonna go in with a little pair of tweezers. Try and remove as much dust as I can without breaking anything. Actually, what? Let's use yeah, let's put it there. Still motor here. All right, this is gonna use my little air. That's done. Did I put my fingers on there? Doesn't look like it. It's pretty good. This pen little thing though bothers me a bit. There's still two ball bearings on there. Can always salvage one from another console if I need to. They have different optical drives, different generations though, so I need to pick one up from another 5501. Okay, next. Let's do this part here. This is just gonna be wiped down, but the dust. Just gonna try and stay on camera. Not dirty at all. It actually looks dirtier after I've washed it. Alright. This thing. Do I need to do anything to it? I don't think so. There's a bit of dust here. Okay, let's go with the alcohol. So when you're working with the isopropyl alcohol, you might want to put some gloves on. If you have any scratches or burns or anything, because this thing will sting. And make sure you wipe it down afterwards, because it will leave a white deposit if you're using too much. Oh, hey, look at that. My first ban. How do I don't remember how to ban people. Thanks, Sharky. I didn't remember how to do it. There. It's in here. Yeah. That's why I have the best mods in the world. I just click on their name. Oh, okay. I didn't remember. Alright. Just give it a... In here. You can go in there with the alcohol without worrying about damaging anything. It gives the option. Okay. It's been too long since I've done this. Alright. Memory card and controller module. Good to go. Back in the bin. You know what? I'm starting to think we can actually put this thing back together tonight. Might just to get a bit of air in there, but yeah. I think we're gonna put it back together tonight. So full stream on cleaning the console. Alright, I don't want to do the board right now. Keep the board for last. Let's do that middle thing. This one had a bit more dust on it. Actually has some corrosion. Gonna use some alcohol on that. Try and see if it goes away. Looks like corrosion though. It looks like rust. Some bit of I don't know why I'm using a paper towel. I gotta use some one of my best cleaning supplies. Baby wipes. Alcohol free. Scent free. I have tons of them left over from my kids. I bought those at Costco. They come in like boxes of, I think it's like 9 packs of 500. 100. You get those huge packs of 100 wipes. You get like, I think it's 9 packs like that in a box. I have tons of them left. So I've been using them to clean games and consoles lately. They do a great job and they don't leave any residue. For anything that's not electronics. Electronics, I just go with the alcohol. Alright, that part's clean. Yeah, no, that's rust. I'm not gonna touch that. Eh. Alright. Go with the power supply now. Gonna use my little air thing. Just gonna give it a quick clean. Add the alcohol. So you can just wipe down everything with that. Just be careful of those little transistors or resistances, so you just don't rip anything off the board. And I'm using those little foam swabs instead of Q-tips. Q-tips will, you know, the tip of the Q-tip will tend to break off and leave some fibers. This is like a foam, so it doesn't leave any fibers on there. It's pretty good. Got those on Amazon for a few dollars. A huge pack of them. All right. Oops. Give the underside a quick wipe. Let it dry quickly. Power supply is cleaned. Oh, forgot the wires. Wires. Looking pretty good. All right. It's kind of sticky. Must have dissolved some glue or something with it. It's kind of sticky. That little yellow stuff. Looks pretty good. All right. And now for the last part, the motherboard. I'm going to start with the air, compressed air. darn thing died on me. How was that anyways? Okay, how does this look? You know what? I think it's pretty good. I don't even need to clean it. There is a bit of dust. Just gonna give it a quick swipe to the hair. I'm gonna go too much there. It's pretty good. Like sometimes you're better off not touching it if it's that good. There's more chances you're gonna break something. There's a bit of sticky stuff here. Those ports. So remove the dust that could have gone in there. All right. A bit of yellowing here. Let's see if I can get this to. Let's see if I can do anything about it. I think it's just the board. Oh. It's coming off. That's weird because there wasn't any traces of anything like any. See that yellow? There wasn't any traces of any liquid inside the console. There is a bit of a. That's underneath, so that's the bottom part. Was it like leftover flux from... That could be it. From the soldering process when they assembled console. So flux is a product that you use when soldering to help your solder to stick to the components. Without it, solder won't stick. It's probably some leftover flux from when the console was put together. Things good. Nice board. Still. Oh, it's fine. All right. So we're done with that. Okay, let's put this away. So, how long have I been going? An hour 43. I reuse my isopropyl alcohol all the time. Let's check on our plastic parts. It looks pretty dry. You know what? I think I'm gonna put it back together right. Yep. Let's do that. Just making sure there's no water in those little holes here. I have to get used to the camera. Not used to having a top-down camera. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna go grab my two-sided tape so I can stick those little pads back on. I got it in the next room. So we're gonna start with that. We're gonna cut some little two-sided tape to put that back on. Actually, I'm gonna remove the glue from this one. We're gonna do both of them. I think I'm just gonna leave that old glue on there and just put the two-sided tape over it. All right, give me just 1 second. I'm gonna go get the two-sided tape and a pair of scissors. I'll be right back. Man, it smells like alcohol when you come back in here. Okay. So I have some electronic repair tape. I like this one because it's thin, so you can use it on small repair jobs like that. Just a piece of tape stuck to scissors. Just gonna use like 2 little strips like that. Should be enough to hold it in place. Now this console is gonna go on display, but there's not worried about those coming off. Okay, we're done with that. Now for the tricky part, removing this tape. Actually, pretty well. Okay. It's a bit crooked. Doesn't matter. There we go. So one done. tape. Next one. So for those of you who are just joining, I've decided to put it back together tonight. So I said I was... initially I thought I was gonna just disassemble and clean. But it's already dried. So we're gonna reassemble it right away. Try to remember where everything goes. I told Colin that I remembered everything, but every generation is a bit different. They always have like some small difference that makes it more complicated. There you go. Okay, so the pads are reinstalled. Those here are molded in. Still can't figure out why they have two felt and two molded. Alright. Do we start with the bottom or the top part? Let's go with the bottom part. Okay, so first we have to reinstall this tray, which goes like this. I was looking for the motherboard. It's right here. Okay. They're all the same. Right? So, remember what I said earlier when we disassembled? Arrows. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws that hold the motherboard in place. And they should go in super easy, so you don't need to tighten them. Have to head to bed now. Have a good one. Well, thank you, Sharky, for dropping in. Have a good night. This here shouldn't take too long to reassemble. And after that, I'm gonna head to bed also, because I have a big day tomorrow. One last screw here. There we go. That's it for that. So let's put the power supply back in. So power supply goes here. You have some little notches where you just need to slide it in. 2 screws on the motor on the power supply. There's arrows here and here, which means we need to put some screws in both places. There we go. All right, let's connect this back on. Okay. Memory card and controller. Oh, there's arrows here and here, which means 2 screws. There wasn't any. I don't remember if there was a screw in the middle. I can always put it afterwards if there's one left over. Let's see now. We have 1, 2, 3. 3 on here. 2 on that one. So 1, 2, 3. One, two, a little bit of 3 here. Two for the hinge thing. And 1 on each side of the hinge. Yeah, so there's no one in the middle. Alright, let's reconnect our ribbon cable. For the controller and memory cards goes here. Now these 2 connectors are for the disk drive. Let's put that top part back on. Come on, Pat. You know what? Let's not put those connectors back on right now. Let's put that back in place first. This kind of snaps in there. Alright. Now I can put those. Actually, no, you know what? Not now, because I need to put those screws in first. One screw here. One screw down here. And one up here. All right. Now we can connect our power supply connection and our controller and memory card. There we go. Next up, the optical drive. So it's rubber mounted. So you need those 3 pins in here. It's actually this, and like this. So connector, which gave me a hard time, and so I think this one goes like that. Oh, I hate those ribbons. I think it's good like that. Yeah, it's good. It's perfect. All right. So that's it for this part. So technically now, if I plugged it in, it should work. Now, if I plug it in, you should, there you go. See the green light? So it has power. Now, this won't spin because you need to press this button down here. I'm not gonna, oh. No. But, yeah. So it's scanning for a disk, not finding one. You see how it goes up and down? So that's where you would have spins here looking for a disk. So everything's working fine. So shut it back off. So at least we know that we've connected everything properly and should still work. Good sign. All right. Now let's put that aside and bring back, oops, sorry about that, back our top cover. Okay. Let's start with the easy part. Let's go with the reset and power buttons. So you just push those back in like that. Power button, you need to put the spring back on. All right. Now we have this little gear that we want to attach to this hinge. I have to switch my screwdriver for a smaller one. It's 000, I think. Yep. Should I maybe 000? 000 seems better. Oh, that's good. Yeah, let's go with 00 instead. Oh, that's good. Now, I'm gonna show you something. You look at the top here. See how it looks like it's broken? Here? It's actually made like that. They're all like that. It looks like it's snapped off. It's actually, I think it's, I don't know. I don't know why it's like that. But all the consoles, all the PS1s that I opened, this little part here looks like it's been snapped off. It's made like that, yes. Right. Switch back to my one. Alright, now. I think I'm gonna put the cover back on first. So for the cover, we need this little thing in here. And this spring will go here. Actually. This is gonna be fun to have stay in place. It wasn't under it. Yes, it's under here. How does that go there? This is useless like that. This is useless like that. It doesn't go there. Alright, anyway. Oh no, yeah, okay. It goes on here. It presses down on here. Yeah, there we go. I didn't have that on the other one. Okay. So we're gonna have to try and get it to stay in place while we put this back on. I believe we can just, yeah, like that. Oh, okay, it's not too difficult to put back in. Okay. So let's do the simple side first. There's just one regular. So you just slide it in. There's 2 pins. Then you hold it on. Hold it in place like that. Then your screw. So that's the easy part. Now, that's actually not that difficult. This one. Here. Oh no, okay. This one. Actually need to put the spring on. So the spring goes here. That. Then hooks in here. Like so. Then a bit of pressure just to fit in there. Try to keep your cover closed until you've secured that screw right there. There you go. And now opens up nice and smooth. All right. So now we need to put that spring back in here. Oh, you don't see it. Actually, spring back in here. So you just slip it in there. So now when you close, pushes down on. See it? Oh. I'm not even sure that spring goes there. Something's wrong. Something is wrong with that. This is not how it goes. Let's go underneath. So here. Can't go in there. It's way too tight. I did not do that. Spring actually stuck in my beard. Okay, don't remember how it goes. This thing needs to pop back up. So something needs to push it back. How? So it can't go down here. It's useless. I'm pretty sure I was wrong by putting it where it was, so I think it has to go underneath. pushes it back up. Let's try. We'll go in. Where did it go? Spring. All right, let's try this again. Can't go like that because it opens the. Okay, let me go do some research on the internet. All right. Let's see. Could always rewatch my stream. Maybe on YouTube. Find something.
Hello.
Alright, found a video of someone that's tearing it down. Just remove the cover. There's no spring. It doesn't disassemble the cover. Oh yeah, I found another one. Oh, bear with me for a few minutes while I figure out where that spring goes. Stop eating it all over the place. Okay, I found something. Oh well. I don't see what he's doing. Okay, yeah. He actually doesn't have a spring. Well, I'll be... Alright, so the video I found, the guy doesn't have a spring. But if I just put that in there... Where's that little part? There it is. If I just put it in here... Like that. So... This hits on that switch here. Oh, but that switch here is spring mount. That pushes back up. Let's just see here. I know it's not... Okay. What was that for? It was in there. I remember seeing it in there, but what is it for? Oh well. Let me go check if I have another 5501. Okay, give me a few minutes. I'll just go check if I have another 5501 and I'll see if... Just open it up and see where that spring is. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Okay, so I don't have another 5501, but I have a 7501. Which is essentially the same thing. Oh, look, it has it covered. So we're going to open this one up and see if it has a spring in it. And where is it located? Because it came out of the console, that spring. So it has to be somewhere in there. Or maybe someone opened it and put a spring in it. Who knows? No spring. It's not in. It doesn't go in there. All right. Well. Huh. Just looking. Make sure. It's not in here. There's no spring here. Yeah, it doesn't go in there. So someone must have opened it up. Put a spring in there. For some reason. And go figure. All right, well. Let's put that back together and put it aside. That's going to be a project for another day. I don't think I have a 7501 yet in my collection. So this one is going to be most probably a keeper. Or is it? I have a boxed one. I'm not sure if it's a 75 or a 91 or 9001. I'm trying to remember to stay on camera when I'm doing stuff. That's weird. Oh, you know, people will do stuff. Like, remember what I told you about that USB stick I found in a console? Maybe that was that. No, I didn't. I never opened that file. At least I don't think I opened it before. All right. Let's put that down here somewhere. All right, back to our 5501. Okay, so we were putting back the last pieces. So the open button. And this goes like this. So this little hook here is what holds down the door. This little piece here goes like that. And this little spring here to hook. Here first. Oops, let's put it on first. All right, little guy. Let's go. There we go. Almost had it. There we go. All right. So this goes on here. Now let's use the tweezers and go and wrap this thing around here. So now 2 more screws, and then all that's left is to put the cover back on, and we can test it. Now, hopefully, I'm gonna be able to make it work. So. There we go. And wonderful. All right. And now to put it back together. Almost like new. Only 2 screws left. There we go. That's it. 5501. Fully disassembled, cleaned, and reassembled. Looking really good. Now, does that fit on here? I can't open it. I had the same issue with the other one. Can't get it to open. Oh well. I don't know how you lose those. Because once you have it on there, you can't take it off. Pretty sure that's not an original one. It's hard as hell to get off. I'm gonna put it back on the 75 because that's where it was, but all right. So now, time to test it. Hopefully, can make it work this time. All right. Switch to game. All right, turning it on. Power's on. Still works. So there's a bit of crackling, but that's because of the wires. It's not the console. Just pop in my test game, Crash Bandicoot 2. And I heard the thing trying to read. There we go. And there you have it, guys. 5501. Disassembled, cleaned, and working just like new. Let's just enjoy a bit of Crash Bandicoot 2.
Crash Bandicoot 2. Cortex Strikes Back.
There we go.
Press
okay.
Start.
Yeah.
Begin.
All right. So that's it for me for tonight. I didn't expect to reassemble the console, but we did it. It's done now. So what we're gonna do next time? So I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna do another PS1. I have 3 or 4 more PS1s that I need to take apart and clean and test. And since I am all set up already, I think we're gonna go with that. So I don't know when the next stream is gonna be. It's not gonna be in 2 years. It's gonna be earlier than that. But yeah. So depending on how I feel, maybe we do another console. Maybe we play some games. So if we play a game, I think we're going back to playing some Neo, unfortunately. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the stream. If you're watching on the VOD or on YouTube, make sure you leave a comment and like the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.